Hello, Form 5 boys and girls. Welcome and happy Easter. So today I would like to go through the classwork of Chapter 9.1, the psi formula, which you have to do last time. So I would like to say that about the psi formula classwork. Okay, so you may take a look to see the solution here, or also you may download the file from the Google Classroom. So there would be something I would like to remind you is that first of all I would like to say that for this exercise, you have to do finding angles or finding lengths in triangles. So please remember very important point. No matter you use psi formula or use any other formulas that you will learn later, is that keep all digits in all intermediate values. So what is meaning of keep all values? Okay, it should be all digits. So do remember is that the values or the angles you have found or the lengths you have found may not be accurate enough if you just write a few digits here, and you should also prepare that the value you have found may be irrational. That means that you cannot just write a fraction, you cannot just write an integer to store the digits to get the value. No, but you have a very long digits here, and you cannot show all the digits by using character, but you can just show only parts of them. But do remember is that no matter when, you have to copy all digits from your calculator into your intermediate results. So what does it mean? For example, you can take a look on the question 9. So you can see that when you do the question 9, you have to solve the triangle. That means that you have to find all the unknown angles as well as unknown length of the sizes. So the unknown angle is just only one, which is the angle ABC. So you can simply to write 180 subtract this, and you don't need to write reason. No reason here. But do remember is that after you have stated your psi formula to find the length, for example, this one you are actually applying the psi formula, then you can get the results by using the character. Because BC here is your final result of the length, and you will not use this result later, so you can keep this one as required in 3 significant figure. But do remember is that just only for final result only. That means that no matter what value you have got, you should check whether it is the final value or final result or the intermediate result. Just like in this question, both BC so there's a problem here. Yeah, so you can see that in this question, you can see both BC and also your AC are your final result. So you can just keep 3 figures. And also you can see for the question 10, also this one it is in angle, so you can write in 3 figures also. So I will go back to talk about the question 10, but now take a look on the question 11 first. So you can see that for the question 11, now you have to find theta. But you may not find theta first, but you may find another angle, such as in this triangle, you may have the angle DEF. So remember is that your DEF is not your final result. So we are suggested to write all digits from your calculator in your step. Even you may think, Mr. Wah, I don't need to write so many digits here because our final answer just leads us to present in 3 significant figures. But keep in mind this habit, because you would use this habit always when you go to the next chapter, which is to solve the application problem, no matter in 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional way, to solve so many lengths and angles in the figures. So you should remember to keep all the digits, or otherwise you would get truncation error. That means that you may find your next result wrong because you are using just only the estimated value of your previous result. So you have to remember to write all digits in order to make all the things accurate. Some of the tutorial teachers may say, you can just write 5 or 6 digits, but I think that it is not enough. And also you have to remember is that writing all digits from the character, not really the all digits of this number, because you should know that there should be infinitely many digits, but writing all digits from character of each value is the habit in DSE. That means that if you really have done the past paper of DSE, and when you have checked the marking scheme, you can see every time marking scheme will show all 10 digits or 9 digits. It depends on how character shows. All the digits from the character in every intermediate value. So do remember this important habit, okay? And now I would like you to get back to the question 10. So remember is that for doing the question 10, you can see here, I would not simplify this one. It is because that, okay, we want to make everything as accurate as possible. So here I avoid writing the decimals or even the all digits of this decimal, okay? Because if you have written it, okay, so you may have fallen into the trap of yourself, is that if you have just only copy 5 digits here, you may have used the estimated value to find the angle, so you will get wrong. So always remember, keep this one exact until you go to the final answer. So do remember this, also very habit here. And also, okay, a very important thing is that, okay, when you want to find the angle, okay, for example using sine, so some of you may say, oh, Mr. Wong, can rewrite the notation in this way, which is a sine -1 and then something. The answer is, okay, avoid using this. Okay, I cannot say it is always wrong, but avoid using this one, because you have to understand this symbol actually has its mathematical meaning. But for core maths, you don't need to know the actual meaning of this symbol. But on the other hand, if you used this symbol wrong, okay, if you don't understand the meaning but you use it wrong, in math core, the teachers or the marker may deduct your mark. So don't write it, but just remember is that how do we find this angle is that you think about to press the same symbol, sine -1, on the value to get the angle that you have learned not in Form 4 or Form 5, but you have learned before in Form 2. But do remember is that avoid using this symbol, because the meaning of this symbol is not required for core, but very easy confused with the meaning of this. So don't use this one. Even, okay, when you go to the cases of, for example, this one is the obtuse value, okay, the obtuse angle value. Okay, so if you use sine -1 here, you may get wrong. So do remember is that don't use this notation. That means that after you have got your sine theta equals to the value, so you just press your calculator and go directly to the result. Don't write any other symbols. That is the requirement, no matter in DSC and also for your school examination test. Remember this. So you can see that for the other question, just like the question 26, question 28, okay, very simple. Use sine formula if necessary. Sometimes you may have to remember some special values you learned before. For example, sine 45 degrees and sine 60. And also you have to understand how to use simplify, the third form. Remember that the question asks you to write in exact value or third form. You should always keep third form. Don't write any decimal. And also do remember is that some important formula that you learned in junior form should be used also to solve triangle. For example, Pythagoras theorem. So never forget this theorem. Okay, so some of you may write so many steps here, writing sine formula to find many angles, and then to find W1 also using sine formula. I think that is okay, but practically it is not okay, because you have not enough time to write so many things for just only 1 mark or 2 mark questions here. So do remember, always use some directed way, for example Pythagoras theorem, to solve. Okay, and then for the question 30 and the 31, so these two questions may require you to draw or to write sentence to explain what you are going. Okay, that means that don't just write the answer, but also you have to show me how can you get the lengths or the measure of the angles of such thing in the figure. For example, in the question 30, you may write the sentence to say, oh, what you have added in the figure. For example, now I'm adding the parallel line BE, which is parallel to A dot, to form a parallelogram ABED. Then you can solve the problem. So similarly, for the question 31, okay, you can do it the same way, but I did not draw the figure for the question 31 because it is similar. I would also like to say is that some of you may say, oh, Mr. Wong, I don't follow the book, or I don't follow you. I do this, okay, trapezium problem by drawing two perpendicular lines from the basis to base, from the base to base. Something like this. So this is also okay. to solve such a problem. And also, I would like to say is that drawing perpendicular lines is actually the method you learned in Form 2. If you still remember, in Form 2, we learned sine cosine tangent on right angle triangle. That means that if you have drawn some perpendicular lines into the figure, you may created some right angle triangle in the figure. So you can use sine cosine tangent to solve the problem. Just like in question 30-31, you can also do it this way. But just once again is that, as I mentioned when I mentioned in the clip, we will say that why we have to learn sine formula. One of the ways is that we can make the problem more simple. Just like for the question 30, if you have used the sine formula to solve this problem, so you can see that you can just focus on this triangle, then you can solve everything, including the BE, EC, and all the other angles. But if you have drawn the figure by drawing the perpendicular lines, then you may have to find few things first before you come to the answer. So actually it is a trade-off. You can either use right angle method or use the sine formula. But sometimes sine formula will make you more easier and faster to get the answer. But do remember, both accept in DSC. And then for the last question, question 33. So once again, for the question 33, I strongly suggest you, even you don't write the words of the reason, for example, the word property of isosceles triangle, please remember to state what you have. For example, you have seen there is an isosceles triangle with perpendicular line. So we know the length should be bisected because it is the property of isosceles triangle. Even if you didn't write this word in your step, but do remember that, please remember to write this, to write what you have, so you conclude the results that it is bisected because of property of isosceles triangle. So do remember to write some of the things here. And also, once again, for the part B here, so some of you may use the sine formula, but do remember, for simple right angle triangle, you can just use the opposite side over hypotenuse that you have learned in Form 2. So please remember, for right angle triangle, you can always use it this way. So for the part C, it's just simple. Just once again, you use the sine formula. This time you should use sine formula because there's no right angle in the triangle you want to consider. But this time you have to simplify the short form, so you may have simplified the short form like this, or if you have rationalized to make it this, it is also okay. But do remember is that both accept. That means that even your answer is not rationalized, just leave the square root 21 in the denominator, it is also accept. So I would like to say that this is the first homework about the sine formula. Next time I will go to the cosine formula, but I just want to say is that for sine formula, it is not just only this. There will be some also application problem combining sine and cosine formula together. So next time, after the cosine formula, after all the things, we will go to do some intermediate questions. So we do the sine formula later when we do the intermediate question. So hope this clip can make you more clear about the concepts about the sine formula. Thank you and goodbye.